Okay, hold on. Yep.
Hi, my name is Manoj and I'm a financial advisor. I help people about how to make money and how to save money. And what I do is like I help people about occupying or about owning all the financial products and services in Canada. So it includes mortgage on the referral basis. It also includes all kind of life insurance, critical illness, disability insurance, and all kind of investment. And today I have opportunity to sit with one of my best friend. His name is Steven. So he will introduce himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Stephen McKee. I've been through 10 years of cancer battles with my in my life, and now I'm coming out of it, and I'm ready for round through two.
Hi. So my friend Steven, he was diagnosed with cancer, and I came across him like in one of the meeting. I met him, and I was really inspired from him. The how strong he became after getting over the cancer attack and everything. So and why? Because as part of my profession, I deal with a lot of people, and I always advise them about the benefits of protection from unseen for like unforeseen circumstances, and one of them is critical illness. Critical illness is very common in Canada, and Steven, like, he recovered from cancer, and cancer is one of the top 25 critical illnesses. So before I go into detail about the critical illness, just I would like to ask Steven, at what age like you were diagnosed with cancer? What was your age that time?
I was age 11.
At age 11.
Yes.
So when like you came to know that you are suffering from cancer,
Yes.
then what was the effect of that news on you? Like how you reacted?
The only way that I saw fit to react from hearing that kind of news, was what was the next step? What can I do to make this journey better? And I decided, it was suggested by my family, but I decided to react positively about everything that was going on.
And when the news came about the cancer, then what was the effect on your family members or your friends? So how they reacted on that news that you have got cancer?
To be honest, I didn't really pay attention so much to my friends as much as my family, because they were with me the whole way through. But they showed me that they are going to be strong enough to go through this with me, despite whatever I go through.
No, that's great. So Steven was diagnosed with cancer when he was at the age of 11, and the cancer, as I told you, is a part of the critical illness. So critical illness in Canada, it involves top 25 diseases, and it includes, yes, Alzheimer's disease, bacterial meningitis, cancer, deafness, kidney failure, loss of speech, paralysis. So there are list of 25, and the insurance companies, they cover these 25 diseases. Besides these 25 diseases, we have also something around 5 different diseases which also covers the children which are less than 25 years old, and those illnesses are very common nowadays. Like out of 3 adults in Canada, one will suffer from any of these critical illnesses. And in top 25 diseases, there is one disease, we can say it is loss of independent existence. So all of us, we might know somebody in their old age, or maybe when they are 65 or 70, when they had something, they did not have cancer, they did not have heart attack, they did not have any serious disease, but we know somebody who are unable to maybe feed themselves, or maybe who the person is unable to dress himself or herself, or maybe the person is unable to get out of the bed without any assistant. So these are the basic things, right? So if the person loses like the capacity to do these things independently, so if they have the problem with any two of these independent existence, then also their condition falls under the critical illness. So this is very very serious matter. So I would like to ask Stephen, like once you were diagnosed with cancer, then what did you go through in the hospital, like treatment and other stuff? Like, do you remember anything?
Yes. The first time I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, I went through 6 rounds of intensive chemotherapy. Then I went through an 8-hour brain surgery. Then I went through a month and a half of radiation to my tumors, to where the spot of my brain where the tumor was, my brain in general, and then my spinal column, to rid of any cancer cells.
So like like how did you find the strength, like to fight that moment, like after you went through, how did you gather all the strength and energy?
I really, during the whole time, my family told me, you can make this a negative experience, or you can make a negative experience even more negative by thinking badly, or you can make it a positive experience as best you can. I didn't know how everything was going to turn out. I didn't know if I was going to make it, but I was going to sure as hell going to make it the best I possibly could, and just smiled and just kept a good attitude going through it.
Oh, that's nice. So once you were diagnosed with cancer at the age of 11,
Yes.
and then right now, how old are you?
I'm 22.
So right now you are 22 years old.
Yes.
So after 11 of the first diagnosis of cancer,
Yeah.
until now, in this 11-year journey after diagnosis, did the cancer came back to you any other time?
Yes, it came back to me when I was 15. I went to another year of treatment. But I couldn't get any more radiation, so I had 6 more rounds of chemotherapy. Then I had 2 major brain surgeries that were 10 and a half hours apiece. And then I had a full 27 days of chemotherapy because I couldn't get any more radiation. And then when I was about 20 years old, I thought everything was fine. The last time I had it was when I was 15, so then it came back 5 years later. I went for a regular checkup scan, and oh, well, there's a new tumor. But because of where the placement was, I couldn't get any more a biopsy done to see what kind of tumor it was. So I got 46 treatments, 46 days of 6 a day radiation treatments.
Wow. So Steven, like like so many treatments happened, right? A
Yes.
lot of things you went through. So there for sure, like there might be a lot of expenses involved, going to the hospital,
Oh, yeah.
medications, this and that. So were all the expenses treating your cancer, it was covered by the government, Canadian government health department?
It was except for one medication that I needed that would have been $1,000 a shot, but because of my my mom's medical coverage with her work, she got 85 or 90% off of it.
So that one shot of the treatment, it costed $1,000.
Well, it wasn't the treatment. It was to replenish my white blood cells. It's called GCSF.
Okay.
And the treatment killed my white blood cells, and then this
Okay.
shot gave me the white cells back.
Okay. So you went through a lot of treatment,
Yeah.
and that multiple treatments, it killed your white blood cell in your body.
Yes, it
But-
killed every cell in my body.
Okay, so basically there was like in our blood, like we need white blood cell and
Yes.
we need other stuff, right?
Yes.
Without that, we cannot survive.
Yeah.
So the treatment like you went through, it killed all the cells, white blood cells and
Yes.
other important stuff.
Yes.
Okay, but because of this, your cancer was like under control.
Under control.
But in
yes.
order to survive, you needed white blood cells and other important stuff.
Yes, very
So
much.
in order to get them back, you needed like a replenishment,
Yes.
like with a fresh one.
Yes.
And in order to replenish like white blood cells back in your body, the whole expenses, the one process, one time process was roughly $1,000.
A shot, and I needed
One
at
shot.
least. I think I needed at least 4 shots, so it would have been $4,000 if my mom didn't have the coverage.
Wow. So one shot to replenish the white blood cells in your body, in your blood, cost approximately $1,000.
Yes.
And you were in need of approximately 4 shots. It
Yes.
means $4,000,
Yes.
which was not covered under the Canadian like medical facilities
Yes.
or MSP medical services plan in Canada. So it was not covered under that because this is extra expensive,
Yes.
right? So what I understand, somebody has to spend this amount of big money from their own pocket, whether they have some kind of insurance coverage,
Yeah.
family coverage, or they have cash in bank, or they have to borrow the money, right?
Yes.
Because the government does not bear that expense.
Exactly.
Oh wow, it's so expensive.
Yes,
it was so
very
expensive. So your mom had some plan from the job benefit, and 80% they matched it, 20% your mom matched it.
Yes.
So roughly like you had to spend this money from your own pocket.
Yes.
Household. Oh, it's so much, right?
Yes. It would have been brutal.
Oh wow. So that's why like in my profession I come across a lot of people, they don't have this kind of plan,
Yeah.
or they are not covered from the job also, and hardly people have got emergency fund sitting in the bank account, so they have to borrow the money, they have to sell their houses.
Yes.
So this is not new, it's normal.
Yeah, it's normal, and I think that it's unfair to treat people like that because they didn't do anything to warrant this cancer coming to them.
So like coming back to this critical illness, like there is a research, like out of all those diseases, 25 diseases for the adult, and for the children 25 plus 5 other diseases, 29 diseases. So 93% of all claims related to the critical illness insurance is due to big 4 diseases, top 4 diseases. Number 1 is cancer, number 2 is heart attack, number 3 is stroke, and number 4 is coronary artery bypass surgery. So these top 4 diseases are the killer, like it's like dominant. And there are some research, there's statistics from the Canadian Cancer Statistics. So this statistics shows that every day over 500 Canadians are diagnosed with cancer. Every day over 500 Canadians are diagnosed with cancer. This is this is scary. And there are up to 70,000 heart attacks in Canada each and every year. That is one heart attack every 7 minutes. Every 7 minutes, one person is suffering from the heart attack. So this is the statistics from the Canadian Cancer Statistics. Now, among all the cancer, if you look at the breast cancer, the statistics, so breast cancer is a complex disease that will affect 1 in 9 Canadian women during their lifetime. And it's not only the Canadian women's or women who suffer from the breast cancer. Breast cancer also affects male. In 2014, it is estimated that 24,400 Canadian women and 210 Canadian men were diagnosed with breast cancer. So this number is quite big. Normal people, they don't think so much, they don't understand how it goes, but out of every 3 Canadians, one will be getting like top 25 illnesses, and 93% chances are that there will be like top 4 like cancer, heart, stroke, and other 2, right? So it's like a pretty scary. There is also research and the statistics, and it says from the Canadian Cancer Statistics and the Canadian Institute of Health Information that 63% of Canadians diagnosed with cancer will survive at least 5 years after their diagnosis. So before, in the old age, what is to happen if somebody is to get cancer or heart attack or something, people is to die. But nowadays, like there is a lot of medical advancement, there is a lot of technology, hospitals are equipped with the latest technology. So if somebody is suffering from the cancer or heart attack or something, they call emergency, they go into the hospital, and because of the medical advancement, around 63% of all people, all patients, they are able to survive next 5 years. But do you think, like, once they are going to survive next 5 years, they are going to back to work in a normal position? No. Either they are going to lose the job, they are going to stop working, or even if they return to work, they are not going to make the same amount of income when they used to make when they were healthy. So there will be a lot of like big effect, like, negative effect in their source of income, even if they are alive, right? So that's why in Canada we have a very good insurance in place. We call it critical illness insurance. So critical illness insurance provides the guarantees that the payment of a tax-free lump sum benefit, it is provided to the insured if the person survives at least 30 days waiting period after the diagnosis of a critical illness covered by the policy. So that's a great help if somebody suffers cancer and goes to the hospital, gets the treatment, and if the person survives at least 30 days, then the person will be reimbursed, or person will be given the tax-free lump sum benefit amount from the critical illness insurance company. That's going to be a great help. Like as Steven was explaining, like there was one shot of medicine, it was to recycle, or it was to replace the dead white blood cell with the new white blood cell. It one shot was cost like approximately $1,000. So it is going to be a great help if somebody is covered with a critical illness insurance, and that person will get like lump sum amount of $50,000 or $100,000. So that money can be used for so many different purposes. So coming back to Steven, I would like to ask you just one thing, like after suffering from the cancer, it came back twice, like during the lifespan of like 11 years. So has it ever came to my mind that you are going to lose the battle?
It never, like, when I was going through it, something I said to myself and my family, that when I first heard the news, there was no way that I was going to be taken down by this. There was no way that I was going to lose my fight. And if you keep that attitude, whether it's a placebo effect or not, if you keep that attitude that you're not going to be taken down by it, you will not lose your fight.
Yes, true.
And everyone has their own choices. They can choose to go through with a crappy attitude and come out. They can come out of it, but they'll be changed. And I didn't want to be changed from what was happening to me. I didn't want to lose the sense of myself going through everything like that. So I said to myself, and I said to my family and my doctors, there's no way I'm losing this fight, for one, and for two, there's no way I'm losing my positivity.
So basically, like, you were like doing a lot of self-talk. You were like in your bed, in the hospital, or in home, and you were doing a lot of self-talk. Like you kept yourself positive. Like mindset was like positive. Doesn't matter what, you are going to make it, right?
Yes. And anytime I heard, like, there was a surgery where they said if this surgery doesn't work, the cancer could come back, or the cancer could be with you for life and you would be dead. Apparently, I didn't hear that, and I just said, okay, let's go, let's go to the next step.
Oh, that's great. So you never thought about, you never focused on that cancer going to come back. Just you lived your life as it is, normal
as it
life.
came. Yeah,
Yeah, and you were like prepared to face anything comes,
Yes.
like very positive.
very much so.
No, that's good. So, like still, like you don't know what will happen tomorrow, right?
I
You don't
I
know.
don't know what'll happen tomorrow. I don't know what'll happen a week from now, a year from now. But I'm just gonna live as positive as I possibly can for the rest of my life because I know that the time that we have is unpredictable.
Yes, true. So you have like very positive, very firm belief in yourself,
Yes,
like very strong mindset you have,
yes.
right? Okay, besides yourself, in this planet, on this planet, like if I ask you, besides you, whom do you believe the most? Just name me one person on this planet.
My mother.
Your mom.
Yes.
So why you have so much faith and belief in your mom?
Oh, like she was there, literally with me, every appointment, every doctor's visit, before every surgery, and she just instilled in my brain that you are not going to be taken down by this. You're not going to lose your fight if you stay positive, and you will stay strong.
Wow. So like she is like a very strong pillar in your life.
Yes.
Even if you like, if you, something comes in your mind, but she's always reminding
She's always
you
reminding me, I can do it. I can do it.
that doesn't matter what, you are going to stay. You are going to stay,
Yes.
and every ups and downs, she was there with you.
Yes.
That's great. So she might be like very positive and strong lady, right?
Yeah. Oh no, she is.
Oh, that's so. So basically, like in the critical illness, if somebody suffers and they are diagnosed, they go through a lot of treatment. So it's very important that they should be very positive in their lifetime. If they lose hope, then even the very good treatment or the best treatment, they can't help so much. So the person himself or herself should be very strong internally. Besides that, they should be surrounded by somebody like who have got the faith. Okay, the person is going to make it. Like Steven's mom, she was like a rock pillar. Like she's always there with him, and she always keeps him reminding that doesn't matter what, Steven is going to stay, Steven is going to fight, and Steven is going to survive, doesn't matter what. So that's a very like good thing about the Steven's life. And as I was mentioning, like if the person is insured critical illness insurance, then if they get the lump sum money, if they survive, that money can be used for a lot of things. That maybe the person can have the necessary funds to take as much as time as need of the work. Or if the person is married, then the spouse can take off from the work because the lump sum tax free money is there in hand to help the family. Or they can also hire somebody like to work in the home to help in the day to day life. Or if sometimes the person needs to be wheelchair or some kind of equipment, so they need to modify the house. So different kind of things are there in life, and they need money. So if they have the proper protection, they can get the tax free benefit, and then they can do whatever they want. They don't have to borrow, and they don't have to lose hope. It's a great help. In the critical illness insurance, it also comes with certain riders. I can explain, like if you want to go to buy a car, then you buy a normal car like you can drive, but also you can also buy some different features, like different features and accessories. So critical illness insurance also comes with different kind of riders, like a return of premium upon death, or flexible return of premiums, or increased benefit rider, or child transition rider. So the return of premium upon death is a very good rider. Let's say somebody got diagnosed with any critical illness, and after that, maybe in couple of months or couple of years, the person passes away. So what will happen, whatever the death benefit, like not the death benefit, whatever the money was given, the premium was given, so all the money will be returned to the beneficiary. Okay, there will not be any growth, but at least the whatever people paid, it will come back. So it kind of saving. Or let's say somebody is paying the premium every month for the critical illness insurance, and they add the rider called flexible return of premium. So if they pay the premium for, let's say, next 15 years, right, and they think now I don't need any coverage, I don't need any insurance, so whatever they have paid for next 15 years or 16 years, they can always get their premium returned to them. So there is a flexibility of return of premium. So in other words, we are saving our money for emergency, but let's say if nothing happens, touch wood, nothing happens, then that money, those money, it can be returned back. You can make use of that money. So this is a great saving plan, and it's a kind of great peace of mind for the whole family. So Steven,
Yes.
like if I ask you now, like right now, are you working right now?
I'm not at the moment. No.
You're not working, right? I understand, like you went through so many things, a lot of changes.
Yeah.
So-
Well, for the past year or so, I've been writing stories about, or writing a story about what I went through and the
Oh, really?
positivity that got me through it. Yes.
So you're writing a story. So in your spare time, you write the story about your life.
Yes.
And what else you do? Like you have any other hobby, or just you are busy in writing a story?
You know, it seems weird, but I gained a sense of wanting to cook going through all the chemotherapy. Maybe it was because I couldn't eat so much.
Right now. Okay, so you are writing a story. Like, so do you wish to publish any book about your life?
Yes, very much so. Because
Really?
I think that not only will it be good for me in terms of getting my story out there and just being able to release what I went through, but the story that I've written, I'm not gonna say 70%, maybe 65% of it is about my personal story, but the 35% that's left is about your attitude going through something negative in your lives, and you can look at it as bad as you want. That is up to everyone. That is everyone's right to do that. But what does that accomplish? It just makes your bad situation even worse. So if you look at it with a good attitude and with a happy outlook, and just a kick-ass attitude, you can get through it. Despite what the doctors say, or despite what these say. I was told at the very beginning that I was 1 in 4 in Canada that had the type of tumor that I had, and out of the 4 of Canada, I am the only one to have survived. And
Repeat again.
I was told that I was the type of tumor that I have, which was both benign and malignant.
Okay.
There was 4 cases in Canada.
Wow.
And out of the 4 cases, I am the only one who has
Survivor.
survived. Yes.
Wow. So through your story in your book, like you are writing like your life,
Yes.
you're transferring into a book. So like you want to give a positive message to everybody, to the
Yes.
people, especially the people who are losing hope,
Yes.
or who are not so strong.
Yes.
Like if they want, they can fight anything.
You have to change. You have to change your attitude to maybe, or it won't, to it will, and I can.
So can you just come a little bit
Yeah.
and just face, and let's say, like, can you give the positive message to the people, like even if they are not suffering, or if somebody has suffered from cancer or any kind of illness, so what kind of powerful message to give them? At least they will have some hope after listening to your story. Like you
Yeah.
have survived like cancer, it came back 2-3 times in your lifespan, and right now you are 22 years old, and you got the cancer when you were 11 years old.
Yes.
And I believe like tomorrow is your birthday.
Yes.
So after that you will be 22 plus, right?
Yeah.
You will be entering in 23rd year, right?
Yes.
So can you give a brief message to the people like who are scared? And there are certain people, like they complain, even if the people have no illnesses, people have, like, they are healthy, they have the normal 2 hands, they have the both legs are okay, the physical is okay.
Yeah.
And people sometimes complain, like they have got some burn, they complain, oh, I got hurt. They have some, minor thing they complain,
Yes.
or small things. Sometimes people complain,
Yeah.
but people don't know, like there are certain people, they have lost a lot of things, they are fighting in their life,
Yeah.
but still they are happy and positive. So what is your message about the other people?
You know,
Just- yeah.
it's not what you go through that is bad. Like, you can go through a good life or a bad life or a mediocre life or anything like that. But if you keep your attitude going through any bad part of your life, if you keep it positive and you keep it always looking at the bright side, no matter how dim your situation is, then you can get through the situation that you're in. You can get through the life that you're living with the best attitude that is possible for you. And you can do it. I believe you can. If you believe you can, then you will make it through what you need to make it through.
No, that's a great message, Steven. So like, I don't know, maybe this video is going to be viewed by a lot of people, and hopefully, like, you will be able to publish your book very soon.
Yes.
So, and since I had met you first time when I was there in the public speaking place in the Granville Island Hotel in
Yes.
Vancouver, right? I met you, and I was really inspired by from your 5 minute speech. So hopefully, maybe somebody wants to help some other people by bringing you in front of them.
I would
Right.
hope so.
So for that, maybe I can share your name and maybe email address if somebody can reach out to you,
Very much so.
right? So maybe you can write it down here, and then I will just put it in front of the screen.
Sure.
Okay, so can you write your name and your email address and maybe the phone number? I don't know if you're comfortable. So clearly, you never know. Like, maybe somebody wants to reach to you, and you can help somebody else, bringing hope back to them, right?
Yes.
It's powerful. It's a very, so I'm going to share Steven's contact email address maybe, and whatever he is comfortable with. So maybe somebody can bring hope to somebody else's life through the story, through the message of Steven. He's a live example, right? He fought cancer many times, multiple times in the lifespan of 22 years, and within 11 years it came back and forth, and he is still fighting. He doesn't know what will happen tomorrow, but he's so positive about the life that people can get inspiration from him, right? So life is like beautiful, like, we have to face it up front, we have to hit it, right? So how you spell it? Steven, Steven
Yeah.
dot
McKee
MCKEE
at outlook.com.
KEE. I know what is this.
Yeah, that's one. Stephen.McKee one.
1 at outlook.com.
Yes.
Okay, so just I will face it here. So his name is Steven McKee, and his email address is steven.mckee1 at outlook.com. Okay, and his phone number is 778
593
593
82
8273
8270. Sorry.
8270. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that was me.
Huh? No problem. So his phone number is 778 593 8270. So if somebody wants to bring hope to anybody's life, we have Steven available, and he is a very good speaker, and he can inspire anybody, right? And just to share, I will write my name.
Okay.
Okay. So my name is Manoj Kumar and my email address is manojplans manojplans@gmail.com. And basically I am financial advisor. I give advices to people about the life insurance, critical illness insurance, disability insurance, and about the investment. And I'm licensed professional, licensed financial person. So I feel really proud of my profession. I always come across strong people like Steven. I meet a lot of people who are in crisis, who are losing hope, and we bring help to them. We try to provide them, like, we have something available in Canada. Canada is a beautiful country. We have a lot of help available, but people don't know how to reach, how to get all those help, and people don't know how to keep the hope, how to fight the emergencies. So that's my message, and hopefully you might have enjoyed and you might have got a positive message out of this small video. And you can always access to Steven to have a direct conversation with him. Thank you.
Thank you very much.